You want to know what really pisses me off, right? The whole 15-minute quote, save you 15% or more BS, right? Like, bro, you are not buying fast food. We're not at McDonald's. We're not at Whataburger, right? You're protecting your home. You're protecting your family. You're protecting your income. And you're out here speed running it like it's a TikTok, like it's an Instagram reel. Like you have 6 seconds to be able to go through a policy and buy it, right? For the next 6 months or a year, whatever it is. So that 15%, I don't even like saying it, right? 15-minute quote isn't saving you money. It's setting you up for an L later in life. It's setting you up for financial ruin. And let me tell you something real here. I had a client last month, a family of 4, 2 kids, 2 cars, and they essentially thought they had the right protection, right? They were at a house in Frisco. The previous agent told them that they had full coverage, and that was until they had a water backup and it flooded the entire downstairs of their home. All their personal property was destroyed. The ceiling of their flooring was destroyed. Some of their flooring was actually destroyed itself. And guess what the claim said when they submitted it? Denied, right? You don't have coverage for this item. You don't have coverage for water backup coverage on premises, whatever it is, right? So that's when they found me. I didn't do a fast quote. I didn't give them a 15-minute quote. I rebuilt their plan from the ground up, making it fit their situation properly. And now they sleep different. Now they have a peace of mind because in Texas, we have all 6 weather events going on at the same time, right? Like in a year time frame, you can find a fire, you can find a hurricane, you can find hailstorms, windstorms, you can find snowstorms, right? All in 1 year cycle. So imagine the amount of insurance claims that are getting paid out within that year, right? So now, like I said, they sleep different because they know that they're actually covered. They sleep different because they know that they have the coverage that they deserve. So I'm going to flip around to the whiteboard, and I want to break this down for you guys and really make you understand and help you understand why this is so important and how it actually applies. So let's get into it. All right, so let's break this down. Liability and full coverage. What does that actually mean? How does it actually apply, right? And I'm going to be going back and forth. I want to give you guys a full screen, but I'm going to be looking at my notes here as well. So liability is going to be just covering yourself, and that's it on the road. Texas law, at least when you get pulled over, you get, in a court case, whatever it is, they're saying that you have to have some coverage for yourself if you're liable for another accident. So if you hit somebody and you're at that 30, 60, 25, you're only paying out $25,000 for the property damage. You're only paying out $30,000 for their medical bills. And you could imagine hitting a Mercedes-Benz S550. What is that going to look like, right? How is that actually going to perform? Water backup and then flood coverage. So people get this mixed up all the time because they think water backup is going to be, oh, yeah, this is covering if my pipes back up, my pipes burst, or if I have some backup on my sewer line, whatever it is. And they think it equates to flood coverage, right? This is completely different. Flood coverage is only needed in certain areas like Abilene or certain areas in Houston where they're in a high flood risk area where their whole property can be destroyed by a flood, right? Their whole foundation can be ruptured by a flood. This is where that comes in. That water backup coverage is going to cover, again, those pipes, is going to cover the sewer line, but it's also not going to equate to flood coverage. This is completely different. So it's really hard because the terms are so similar and they make it very... The terms are just very insurance, description kind of, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just not the best for a client that doesn't understand insurance and how it's going to work. So that's what you have me here for. With cheap, it's going to equal expensive. And it's going to equal expensive later. And that's the biggest thing. When I mean expensive later, that $50 a month saving, right? That's your saving right now. Versus the $35,000 payout, right? How many months did you save up to actually get to equate to this amount of savings here, right? Versus paying $0 and paying the extra $50 a month, right? Let's just do the math really quick because I'm going to pull up my calculator on this side, and I want you guys to look at that deeply because that $35,000, it would take you 58 years, 58.3 years to be able to equate to this amount in your saving. So $50 a month for 58 years is going to give you this payout. And are you saving $50 a month into a high yield savings account? Are you saving that into a separate savings account? No. $50 a month here is going to give you the proper protection you need. And that $0 pay claim, when that does come up, is going to be the reason for this $50 a month. right? So that's where that really stems in, and that's why it's so important. That's why people, they think they're saving so much, and the insurance company is producing it and actually advertising it so much that they think they're saving, when in all actuality, you're paying 10 times more. You're paying 700% more at claims time, and you're gonna have to save that amount for 50 years, what was it? What was it again? 58 years. Sorry, I'm getting the 50s mixed up. 58 years, you're going to have to save $50 a month. And we all know you're not going to do that. So let's go back to the other side here. I just wanted to go over that with you to help you understand what's really going on. So again, most of y'all think, you're good because you have quote unquote full coverage. And that's really just insurance slang for being the minimum legal liability that they have to apply to a customer, or whatever the agent can get away with, whatever they can get you to sign on that dotted line, because that is what you're agreeing to in the insurance policy. So if your policy isn't built around your income, isn't built around your assets, isn't built around your risk exposure and being risk adverse later on, it's not coverage, it's a life gamble. And that's honestly true, because you're more than destined to run into an insurance claim later in your life if you hold a certain amount of assets, right? If you're a renter for 80 years, of course, you're not gonna run into a hail claim. But if you end up buying a house one day and you live in Texas, you are gonna run into a hail claim. Average years of hail claims are about 7. So every 7 years, we expect you to run into a hail damage storm, or run into just a hail claim in general, right? So again, my philosophy, I don't sell insurance, I build protection. And you are coming to me, and I'm not throwing you numbers. I'm not asking you, basically I'm asking you how to move, right? How do you actually go about your risk aversion? What do you own? Where are you going later in life? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? I'm not asking you, what is your budget? Oh, okay. So you're at 180 right now? Okay. Yeah, I'm at 200. Let me break this down for you. An extra $50, right? I'll get it to 150 if you want. Yeah, I'm saving you $30 a month. Little do they know I've excluded 85 things on the policy that's really going to protect them. And that's what a lot of agents are doing. So I designed the coverage that matches the life that you're building later on, whether you're 21, whether you're 51, whether you're 81. Everybody has a plan and a goal that they're willing to chase later on in life until the day that they pass away, unfortunately. So I just want to really give that advice to you guys. If you want to keep playing quotes, if you want to keep playing the game of risking your life, go and call the 800 number. I'm not mad at that at all, right? The 800 number is going to be there 24/7, whether they're in India, whether they're in Nebraska, whatever it is, they're going to be there for you, and they're going to give you the policy that you need, right? If you want to work for someone who actually gives a damn about your future and your time, and actually cares about, what you're wanting to preserve later in life, that's where I come in, and I make sure you're protected like you're supposed to be, and not, just liable like the Frisco family was. I'm not going to be the person that is going to leave you unprotected and not even answer your phone call later on, right? So that's the biggest thing. So again, speed is going to sell you, strategy is going to protect you, and I'm not in a rush, I'm in the results. So again, my name is Keith Coleman. I'm here with the Powell Agency. You can shoot me a direct call at 469-210-3618, or you can email me at keith@tpantx.com. I look forward to speaking with you guys. I really hope this was able to bring some value to your life, and let me know if you have any other questions in the comments. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.